Well, boys, here's an update video for you on my 6-speed dually. No, it didn't break down this time, but here it is. Decided while still running, before I went kaboom, I would fix it. And I was right. You can see the problem here. It was misplaced. Jumped out of place and grinding the piss out of itself. Wasn't making any extra noises. Let off which really surprised me. When you let off the clutch, it wasn't making any noises, and if it was making any, it was probably because of the diesel being so loud. And then this guy right here, I don't know who in their right mind installed this clutch, but it ain't the right clutch for this application. Overheated the piss out of it. And I'll show you the new clutch. Here's the throwout bearing. Yes, I went with this South Bend clutch. Too early to tell if they're good product or not. I mean, only heard good things about them. That's a solid flywheel, brand new flywheel. There's the clutch. The clutch and the basket. Really can't see a whole lot, but very excited about that clutch. Paid $300, what a wish. Paid $825 for that clutch kit, everything together. Right now we're going through the transfer case seals. Transfer case itself is operating just fine. It's just this back one was leaking, and Genius at the parts store sold me this bag seal as well, so instead of wasting time driving back and returning it, I'll give it another 5 minutes and pull these out and replace it. So that's all that transfer case needs. Tranny is in for an overhaul. Nothing was wrong with it, but excuse me, just wanted to refreshen her up and have a guy I trust go through it. Here, let me step back and show you the truck. Probably the worst part about the truck right here. So the guy that I trust is Chuck Skiers. He's up in North Spokane. Knows his stuff very well inside out. Knows the gearboxes, rear ends. So he's a guy I trust around here. So same guy that did my Ford. See that Ford out there? Redid my Ford tranny. Excuse me, guys. I am sick. But anyways, I gotta mention the genius who installed a new transfer case, because you could tell that transfer case is fresh. This is how the guys pulled it off. See, that's dirty, it's not washed, but that label is really new. So transfer case is fresh on there. Did not tighten those bolts, man. Probably what helped the clutch go all wacko on that throwout is this was not tightened, and this is the bushing or the transmission mount, man. So yeah, I don't know how my guys didn't notice it when they were doing their inspection. Probably something hanging around here and blocking the view, but anyways, that's that. So I figured I'll keep you guys posted, you know, nothing special. Oh, I did put a oh, I didn't miss a big part. We put in that lift pump and took this truck out to Missouri a couple months ago. This might be long. I'll tell you my story to Missouri since I started it. Went out to Missouri with this truck and that truck, my Limited. I was hauling a gooseneck. This guy was hauling a gooseneck. I was, oh, that's pretty odd, or pretty rare for my car to be in here as well. This is my toy car. It's a V8 supercharged, tuned up little booger. Anyways, me and my buddies that I was growing up with met up in Missouri, Kansas City, Missouri area, and my buddy, which was driving this truck, was hauling his M5 and my E55, and I was hauling some goodies on that truck. So to make a long story short, midway in Wyoming, this thing goes kaboom, leaves us stranded in the middle of nowhere. Luckily, whatever I was hauling on that truck, I was able to offload it the next hour. So I did that, came back, loaded this guy, unhooked this guy from the gooseneck I was hauling, loaded him onto the gooseneck I had behind that truck, and took him to the nearest shop. The guy Man, he came off weird. This guy does not know how to treat customers right, but knows his stuff, you know. I'll talk about that story another time in detail. So anyways, left the truck in Wyoming, not knowing if I come back in a week and a half, this truck's still going to be there with the gooseneck, but it was. When I came back, he ended up putting a lift pump in here, and off we went back to Washington. Now, to summarize the story to Missouri, we took 2 trucks to Missouri, ended up with 1 truck in Missouri. Left this truck and an empty gooseneck there. Had some fun with the boys, with our cars and our toys. And hung out for a week, came back, picked up this truck, and headed home. It was pretty successful ride overall. Turn out a little stressful, you know, when you break down middle of nowhere, you don't know anyone around. But that's that. Now, as far as the interior, this truck has turned out pretty good. I mean, it's clean. This is all dirt. One day my guys were a little bored, not knowing what to do. I had them sand it all down and spray paint it. So, I mean, you can sort of tell how they couldn't get far enough. So, you know how it is from dragging your boots and stuff as it gets all beat up. So I got these not WeatherTechs. Who makes these? Husky. By the way, WeatherTech, make some decent floor mats, man. I'd really love to put WeatherTech. All my trucks have WeatherTech, but for some reason they don't make it for these trucks. There's that boy. So anyways, it's a wreck in here, but you could tell the interior is nice. Good condition. The truck's has not been destroyed. No one abused it. Well, a couple of rookies drove it, but it was all good. It was a 1-2 day deal. Anyways, so go around this truck and wrap up this little video, this update video. Oh, something very important. What's the mileage on it? I think we're in the mid 290s on it. So yeah, put on some miles. I wasn't too happy with the way this truck was pulling. And then once the lift pump went, that made sense. And now this thing's a beast, guys. I'm running the Edge Easy, second stage. I think it is like 35, 40 horse, something like that. Plenty of power, get up and go. It's a pleasant drive. It's a pleasant pull. Does not compare with the 6.7 Cummins, but they ain't far behind, guys. I was hauling with that truck 8,000. This guy was hauling 8,000 behind him, and we're, you know, side by side. Well, convoy, whatever you want to call it, style. And dude, only the major hills is the only time that truck left this truck. Other than that, 80% of the hills, I should say like 85% of the hills. I almost want to say 90, but 85 is a good number. Percent of the hills we ended up. He's stuck right behind me. So yeah, very happy, and can't wait to get that clutch in. By the way, let me review that clutch a little bit more. I was specifically out for a dual disc towing clutch. I heard these guys have Valair have the best ones, and then I did a little bit of research, and thanks to Chuck, he convinced me not to do it. So I went out and researched the best single disc clutch, and I came across this. So thank you, South Bend. Don't worry, they haven't gifted a cent to me, but I ain't sponsored by nobody, by the way. So yeah, I'm gonna put this on. Let this baby purr. In about a week, I'll take it out myself, out of town about 300 miles, and then pass it down to one of my reputable drivers and see what they get out of her. But anyways, as always, have a mighty fine day. Let me know what else you want to see.